So, hey everybody, it's Jamie, and today I am doing the Draw My Life video. I know I'm like 10,000 years too late to do this video, but I thought I'd do it anyways. Some of you requested it, so let's get started. I'm really sorry it took so long to put up this video. I originally planned to do it last week, and it ended up taking a lot longer and a lot more planning than I was planning, and so I'm doing it now. So yeah, a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Okay, maybe not a long time ago in this galaxy, I was born on April 1st. Woo! I was actually supposed to be born on May 4th, but Fetus Jamie, who was pretty cool, decided that April 1st was the better birthday. And on the day of my birth, since it is April 1st, my dad was like, nah, she's not having a baby yet, because he literally just got off a plane, and I told my mom totally was having a baby, and so he had to run to the hospital. I don't remember a lot from my childhood, but I do remember that when I was little, when I was about 3, I think, I met my best friend Travis because my mom started babysitting him and his little brother Ty. And what I do remember from those days is that we would, whenever she babysit them, we would play with action figures, watch Star Wars, and run around in our Halloween costumes all day. The thing I remember quite a lot from my childhood was when I was little. I think I was about 4, maybe I was 3. I was helping my mom with the laundry and landed full force on my one wrist, and I ended up breaking it, so I had a cast on that arm. And then about a month later, I fell back in a lawn chair at Travis's house and broke the other one. So I felt like C-3PO for about a month. And now we're moving on to one of the bigger parts of every child's life, and that is elementary school. Dun dun dun. Okay, so in elementary, I ended up going to 3 schools. So school number uno was named after a bird. I remember from school numero uno that I met my best friend, who I'm still best friends with, Natalie, in kindergarten. We had the same class. Also met a ton of friends that I would end up going to school with for like all the way until high school. But yeah, I met a ton of people in my first school, and since that school only went up to 2nd grade, I ended up going to school numero dos. In April of the 4th grade, Natalie and her family ended up moving to Oklahoma, and for me and her, it was pretty devastating because we became really close. We might as well have lived with each other the entire time. And her family was like my second family and vice versa, and I was extremely sad. She was the first friend I ever had that moved to another state that I ended up staying in contact with. I went to school number 2 for 3rd and 4th grade, and then when that one closed, for whatever reason they decided that was a good idea, I went to school number 3. And me and a few of my friends from my 1st and 2nd schools went over to the new school, and I'm pretty sure 5th grade was probably the best grade ever. I ended up bonding a lot more with Travis and my friend Lauren. I also ended up meeting my best guy friend Jason. 5th grade was also extremely fun because we got to go to outdoor science school. Woo! And we went when it was like blazing hot. Outdoor science school is where you basically go to like camp for a week with your classmates and learn about nature and the environment, and it was really cool. I don't really remember every single little detail, but the two events that stand out in my mind was that I nearly passed out because I wasn't drinking enough water, and that there was an avalanche and we got stuck on the wrong side of it. So we had to hike all the way around back to camp, up through town, and it was horrible and hot and just devastating. Also in elementary, with switching schools, I lost friends, and I was actually kind of sad about that, but you lose friends, you gain friends. I also, in the 5th grade, decided that karate would be a really cool thing to do, and so I signed up for that with Travis. Now on to middle school. Middle school wasn't exactly exciting. I mean, it was middle school. Is middle school ever exciting? People are, dating, and there's a bunch of drama, and friends are coming and going, and it's, yeah. Also in middle school, I had 3 best friends that anyone could have, and I hung out with all guys in middle school. They were just less drama, and I have known them since 5th grade, and so we just continued to hang out. Although eventually, I think by 8th grade, I didn't hang out with any guys, and I hung out with all girls. Middle school is also some time had passed since I had broken my last bone. So in middle school, in the 6th grade, I decided I wanted to play soccer again, and that ended up leading me to a broken collarbone. I also went out to Oklahoma during the summer. That is an awful Oklahoma, I am sorry. To visit Natalie and my second family, and it was tons of fun. Also, I met some of my future best friends forever, like Casey, Morgan, Brooke, and Melody. And Casey I actually met in karate. She did karate with me. I also remember 8th grade graduation was kind of fun and kind of sad because I was leaving some friends because they were going to a different high school. And the one thing I do remember was my dad was like, do this pose when you get on stage and I'll take a picture. And so I did the champion pose with my arms up and my diploma in my hand, and he didn't actually think I was going to do it, and he almost missed the picture, and it is probably one of my favorite pictures of myself. So the summer of 8th grade was the family reunion in Texas, and so with my very badly drawn map, we started here in California and made our way through the bottom states all the way to the center of, or pretty much the center of Texas. And then we looped back up to Oklahoma. I stayed with Natalie for a few weeks, and my parents looped back to California. Now we're getting to the biggest part of my life so far that I remember pretty clearly. And this is the inevitable high school. Wonderment. And high school was the year of tutus. Does this look like a tutu? No, it just looks like a blob of squiggles. Tutu, colored skinny jeans of every color of the rainbow, and rainbow tights. But let's start with freshman year. So freshman year, I'm pretty sure was the greatest year of all time. I had an amazing group of friends. We played volleyball at lunch and break, which was pretty cool. And I was in probably the best school play ever of Grease. I think it was the best play our school's ever put on. And even though me and my friends were freshmen and probably annoying, they were the coolest seniors ever and were friends with us. And it was just awesome and amazing. I also played Powder Puff freshman year. I also did it sophomore and junior year. Also this year, my friend Jacob Hefter died in the 2008 Metrolink, and it was a really sad event. He was only 19, or about to be 19, I can't ever remember. And it was because the Metrolink train conductor was texting and driving. So after this, they started the Jacob Hefter Foundation. So freshman year came and went like nothing, and then we got to sophomore year. And yeah, there wasn't really much. Me and all my friends went to every single dance and danced our little hearts out until 11 p.m. Everybody kind of changed sophomore year. A lot of people, were dating and blah, blah, blah. Also, sophomore year, got my black belt. Also, sophomore year, I decided I was going to be an AP kid. Ooh, yay. So, sophomore year is when I got a boyfriend. Ooh, love. Junior and senior year came about. Hoorah. Junior year was definitely the hardest year ever. And I think most people agree to this because it's full of a bunch of paperwork for college, including applications, scholarships, honors things, where you're gonna go, what you're gonna major in, and yeah, it's a pain. I also, once again, this year, we made it our mission to go to every single school dance. My school did the every 15 minutes thing, which is against drinking and driving. And two of my closest friends were in it, which literally ripped my heart out. I also, with a bunch of my friends, attended all the football and soccer and baseball home games. I also went to outdoor science school once again. This time, me and a bunch of friends went, and I signed up this year because it was the first year I could, and also my little brother was going. Junior year, me and my family went to San Francisco to check out San Fran State because that was one of the colleges I got accepted into, and I also got accepted into CSUCI. And also from the San Fran trip, there's a picture of me doing what I'm now going to consider my signature jump pose in front of the San Fran Golden Gate Bridge, and it is yet another favorite photo of me that I have. Also junior year, I experienced the first breakup. And I also went to prom for the first time. Prom was interesting. I did not go with an official date, but my friend Savannah took me as her date, and she bought me a corsage and everything. And she's pretty much the best day I could have had because she actually had a real date, with a guy and everything, but he just wanted to be touchy-feely all the time, and she just wanted to go to have a good time. And so she took me instead. And our prom was at the House of Blues in Hollywood. And then after that, senior year rolled around, and it was like Hakuna Matata, and senior year was probably by far, I guess, one of the best years. It was a really lazy year. I ended up getting my second degree black belt, which means I have been a black belt for 2 years. Senior year, I became a photographer. I signed up for yearbook, became the head photographer, and it was so much fun, and I really loved it. I also managed the girls basketball team because Savannah convinced me to, and it was definitely one of the best times ever. I also became really close to Savannah and Amanda and Brooke. I also had the best 18th birthday ever senior year. It was just me and a bunch of my girlfriends, and we just played Just Dance and talked and stuff like that. And Savannah and Brooke made me a ton of Harry Potter themed cupcakes. Also, senior year, because I had gone so many years without a broken bone, that it was time for another one. And I ended up breaking my ankle whilst hiking. I ended up in a wheelchair for the rest of senior year, which was not that exciting. And I had to use crutches at some points in my life, and I've decided that crutches are the devil's punishment for breaking bones. And of course, since my ankle was broken, I went to prom in a wheelchair, but everybody made me feel like I was just normal, and I started a couple conga lines with Tristan, which was pretty fun. I also went to grad night we had at Disneyland, and we got to cut in all the lines because I was in a wheelchair. And my friends were absolutely the best during this hard time in my life. And graduation rolled around before I knew it, and it was just, high school was over. I would never have to experience it ever again. And graduation was fun. I mean, I had to go up to the stage on crutches, but after you get past that, it was pretty fun. And so after high school, I moved on to college. Now, college was pretty scary. I ended up liking the vibe that CSUCI put off, and so I went there. And I ended up rooming with a girl from my high school, and you guys know her as Magali. And I ended up rooming with a girl, I have no idea who she was when we first met, and her name was Astrid. And I'm pretty sure I've probably mentioned them before, but they were pretty much some of the best roommates I've ever had. I pretty much had the perfect first year. My RA was really, and we lived in F2 Southside, which I'm pretty sure was the best floor ever. I also got to, for the first time in forever, I got to take a bunch of art classes freshman year, which was pretty cool because I had only taken, I think 2 years in high school, but that was high school art. It wasn't exactly the best. Freshman year of college was also the time I started really getting into YouTube, and I actually got into YouTube because I saw a picture of Connor Franta on Instagram, and I was like, wow, this guy's really cute. I'm going to follow him on Instagram. So I went to his little profile Instagram thingy and saw that he was a YouTuber, started watching his videos, and eventually through like the suggestions and stuff like that, I ended up watching more people like Jack and Finn and Dan Howell. And so I thought I'd pick up the camera and start my own, and so I did. And then over the summer, I think was the first summer I actually did things with my friends, because I missed all of them so very much. So me, Amanda, and Morgan, and then Morgan's sister Heather, we all went line dancing every day at the park, and then we even went up to Borderline, and I went to Universal a ton with my best friend Casey. That leaves us to right now. This is my second year at CSUCI, so that's pretty cool. And this year was the first year I actually met somebody else who did YouTube. Her name is Jessie Z. She is my first YouTube homie, and it's pretty exciting having a YouTube homie because we like making videos together and we get along really well. I was also blessed with a great group of roommates this year. We are all really good friends. Yeah, that is it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed my Draw My Life. Sorry if the camera angle got kind of funky. I can't see what I'm filming, so that's probably why. I'm now started on this YouTube journey, and I really would like you guys to join me. Click there to subscribe to my channel, and it will notify you guys when I upload new videos. And please give this video a thumbs up. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Those links will be in the down bar below. And I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you liked my Draw My Life. And I will see you guys sooner rather than later. So goodbye.